Hello everyone, my name
Hello everyone, a very warm welcome from Tumo Paris. We're currently live also with Tumo in Tirana, Lisbon and Amsterdam. And so we are going to do our little debate, international debate in English about the algorithm. So I'll let my friend right here, Georges, present him.
Okay, hello. My name is George. I'm 17. I'm in Tumo for 1 year, and my friend.
So my name is Alessio, and I've been in Tumo for 2 years at this point. So everyone, let's start maybe by with Amsterdam. Is it Farrell?
Yeah, you're right.
Can you
Okay.
introduce yourself, please?
I am Pharrell. I'm from Tumo, Amsterdam.
Okay. Tirana, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, my name is Arba. I am 17 years old and I am a TUMO alumni student. I'm very excited to join you today.
Okay. And Lisbon?
Yes, hello. I'm also a TUMO student. My name is Tasnuva. I am 15 years old and I'm really happy to be here.
Great. So, to begin, can you give us 3 words to explain what do you think about algorithm?
Senão isto é tudo isso. Dá problema que eu tenho menos. Mas há bocado onde é que eu tive? Mais ou menos.
Amsterdam, please.
Consigo.
3 words when I think about algorithm.
3 words.
It's complex. It's complexive. It's Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Can you give us 3 words to describe algorithm?
It's complex. It is
Okay. Lisbon, can you give us 3 words?
It's practical. It's it's algorithm, it's artificial. It's also sometimes necessary.
Okay. And Tirana?
So an algorithm can be a builder because it builds pathways for us to follow. It can be very efficient because it saves time for us. And if used incorrectly, it can be a manipulator.
Okay.
All right, and thank you for this quick introduction. And we are going to start just before. There are 2 quick rules that we want to mention for the debate. So the debate is online. So when you need to speak, please
Raise your
please
hand.
please raise your hand on Zoom and respect and listen to others. If you don't agree, that is fine, but please do not discuss without interrupting. Thank you.
Please don't interrupt me and let's discuss. So part 1, the algorithm friends of manipulator.
So just here's our first question. Do you still make some discoveries by chance, or is everything you watched dictated by an algorithm? Amsterdam?
I didn't hear you clearly. Could you repeat yourself?
Yes. Okay. So, do you still make real discoveries on the internet by chance, or is everything you watched decided by an algorithm, suggested by an algorithm?
I use ChatGPT now more than Google, so I think the information that I get more is from an algorithm than really from studies.
All right. And what about platforms where you can see, for example, videos such as YouTube or Instagram or TikTok?
They're based on your own preference, so it's really algorithm. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah. And what about you, Arba, in Tirana?
I think that discovery by chance right now in the internet is quite impossible, because even if you don't discover something because an algorithm suggested it to you, still, even when you search for something on the internet, on a search engine, it's still an algorithm that sorts those results to you. So I think whatever we discover on the internet, it's because of an algorithm.
Okay, and in Lisbon, what do you think?
I also do agree with my fellow partner. As she said, it's a lot like that. We do discover a lot of things in algorithm, and I think it's not really affecting in general, like in a negative way or positive. It depends on the perspective. Depends how it goes.
Okay, and to this day, what do you think is an ideal vector to maybe have more recommendations that are not simply selected by an algorithm? For example, where do you search if you want to find something that is really original? Lisbon, do you want to respond to that?
Yes, sure. Usually we go to Google to search for it, and yes, that's the main platform we go to. Yeah.
Great. Arba, have you something to say about that?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the first part of the question. Can you repeat, please?
Yes, of course. So, what is, for example, a way that you use to maybe find something that is not simply recommended by an algorithm?
Well, if it's something new that I haven't searched for before and the algorithm doesn't instantly suggest it to me, I say I would start by searching it more often, maybe discover something myself, because I still think that everything we search for in the internet is kind of fed to us because of our preferences. So yeah, I think just search for it more and maybe you will find the result that you are searching for.
I see your point. And you, Farrell, in Amsterdam, do you sometimes find interesting sites or videos to look at, maybe on another medium, such as, for example, newspapers or magazines?
No, I don't. Yeah, use newspaper or magazines. I only use what I want on my phone. So the most the biggest part of what I see is from the algorithm that is described for me.
So I've mentioned previously TikTok and Instagram, which have algorithms that let you scroll infinitely and really adapt to your preference. But do you think it's a good thing, or you should maybe or you should have maybe more choice over this algorithm on the For You page?
I think that we can use more choice so that your information spectrum is bigger. So the information you get from your own algorithm is based on you. But if you have more choice to what you see, it's bigger. So yeah.
And what about you, Tasnova?
Yeah, that's I also agree. It's about discovering probably. And it's just on Instagram, I'm going to say, maybe in other like TikTok or like Facebook, you use it, you choose depending on what you do like. Also, like algorithm, sometimes it's going to be like you see one thing and it continuously, it can become on reels, you're seeing it, you're seeing it. But once you change your perspective, maybe you see other type of things and go for it, that's it.
Okay, and you, Arba?
If we're talking about algorithms on social media, of course, their job is to keep us hooked. So, of course, they're going to constantly suggest preferred content to us so that we can keep on scrolling, because that's basically their job. If we want to discover content on a more healthy way, for example, on shows, magazines, etc., I think that really depends on us and how we use AI.
Okay, thank you. And switching more to our second topic about the algorithm, is it an invisible judge for you guys? So our first question will be, have you ever felt that, for example, the algorithm on YouTube, on Google, has classified you into more of a group that you don't think you are part of more of a category?
Yes. When I searched something two or three times, it showed me the next day that only the thing in my For You page. So when I searched something like cameras or something, the next day I would see 5 videos of cameras, but it was only a one-time thing.
Okay, and Yutas Nova, do you think that these recommendations by those algorithms that are really present today are maybe kind of scary?
Could you please repeat your question once again?
Do you think that the recommendation that you have today on, for example, your For You page, and then when they come back, for example, when you search on Google, do you think this phenomenon is kind of scary?
Not really. I don't think so. That's totally my point of view. But it's a different perspective for everyone. But for me, it's not.
And you, Arba, do you think it's normal that your search results are similar to what you see on Instagram, for example?
I don't think that it's scary that I am constantly being fed content that I like. It just means that the algorithm is working correctly. And as for the question about can you repeat the last question, please?
The first or the last one about is it maybe the first about
Yeah, the
have you
first,
ever
yes.
felt if an algorithm was classified you in a group that you didn't think you were part of?
This means that the algorithm is trying to familiarize me with new content, because if we're being honest, as a user, if you're constantly seeing the same type of content, you are going to get bored at some point. So an algorithm is trying to constantly push us towards new content to expand the limits of our preferences. And I've been classified in groups that I don't identify with first, but after some time of seeing this content, I started to like it, and I think that the algorithm did a good job.
Okay, thank you. And you, Farrell, do you think it is difficult to maybe escape this label that the algorithm has given you?
No, I don't think so. You have to search the thing you want, so maybe the next day it will show you other things.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's now switch to Georges for our third thematic.
Okay, so the third thematic is the algorithm is a threat or a necessity. Because as we already said, the algorithm only gonna give us some things that we always like always content we like. And for democracy, if we don't have all the option, if we don't see all the option, this will reduce our mind liberty. So do you think that algorithm is a necessity or a threat for democracy? Lisbon, can you answer this question, please?
I really think that it is I'm not going to say it's a threat. I'm going to more like equalize it to necessity kind of. Because obviously democracy comes first in every situation in general. And its algorithm is an artificial intelligence. So yes.
Tiana, what do you think about what Lisbon says?
I think that this depends entirely on the developer because, as we know, an algorithm is simply a reflection of its developer's biases. And of course, if we have an unbiased algorithm that can spread information evenly to a population, it can be a very important tool for democracy. However, if used incorrectly, it can be a tool for propaganda. So I think that's where I draw the line between necessity or dangerous.
And Amsterdam, what do you think about that?
I agree because yeah, the bias of a algorithm is to the owners, as she said. So if the person who made the algorithm was like focused on democracy, so then it gave more options for democracy instead of dictatorship. So if you're like really focused on dictatorship, then you don't use the apps that are the algorithm that are made for democracy.
But if we say that we use the Amsterdam algorithm who just wants you to stay on the app and give the good content for us, for like democracy, for the American democracy, you have two camps, the Republic and the Democrats, but the Republican man in this field of Instagram is only got Republic posts, but and Democrats will only you got Democrat post. But if we don't have the two option, if a Republic don't have any idea of what Democrats says, this is it democratic? Is it good for democracy? Lisbon,
Please repeat the question again.
repeat the question. Okay, so like in Instagram, you have algorithm who just wants you to stay on the app, and it's gonna give you the content that you want. So if you are a Republican party, you only will get some Republican post. So the content that you like, but it's but if you have only Republic content, you will not know the Democrats' ID. And do you think this is a threat for democracy?
Then yes, it's a threat for democracy. And yeah, it is.
And Lisbon, in Tirana, excuse me, Tirana, what do you think?
I think there's a very fine line here between the algorithm manipulating the user and making them enjoy their experience on Instagram. Since it constantly feeds content based on their preferences. On this case, if they're a Democrat, they're going to be fed Democratic Party videos. This can create a sort of bubble around the user that isolates them. It doesn't let them discover new ideas or beliefs. So this can be very dangerous, and I think it's the responsibility of the developers to create an ethical algorithm.
So,
Okay.
like, if we take the AI named DeepSeek, who is a Chinese AI, when you ask for to DeepSeek and question about the bad story of China, she said that she doesn't know everything, and ask a new question. Do you think this is ethical or not? Amsterdam.
I don't think it's ethical because I think an AI should be open-minded. It should include every bad story and good story, so that DeepSync doesn't let you know the bad side of China of the is really bad. I think because if you use it and you want to use it for Chinese researches and it only gives you that the good things, then the bad thing will be excluded, and it's very bad, I think.
Okay. And Lisbon, what do you think? Chirana.
Yes, I just wanted to add something. I've also heard about this being an issue in the United States right now with Alexa, because if you ask her about famous people, she won't reply with famous singers or actresses, but she will reply with the members of the party that is in power right now. And I think that we're still far off from having completely ethical and unbiased algorithms, and we still have a lot of work to do.
Great. So let's finish this. Amsterdam, have you something to tell, or is it done for you?
Um, Sorry, could you repeat yourself?
Do you want to tell something, or you don't have something to tell?
Nothing to tell.
Okay, so let's go to the let's conclude.
Yes. So after this discussion, do you think your opinions have changed about the algorithm? And do you think they are more of a danger right now or an opportunity? Let's start with Farrell from Amsterdam.
My opinions have changed a bit because I saw other people's sites in it. Now I think that it's really more dangerous and we have to watch out for it, but we can still develop it further, but only with the right people and the right eyes to control it.
And Lisbon, what do you think?
Yes, I also think we're kind of the same. That my opinions did have changed about throughout the conversation. I learned a lot more about it, about the algorithm. And yes, I think if it's on the right hand and shoot in the right and used in the right place, it is an opportunity. But if it goes to the wrong hand, it would be a threat. It would be dangerous.
And let's finish with Arba from Tirana.
After discovering what we can do with algorithms and how efficient they can be, we can never go back, essentially. So what we need to work on right now is creating more ethical and unbiased algorithms. And I think that they're an incredible opportunity for our future.
Okay, so as we hear, the algorithm is can be good and bad, but it's to the developer. It's the issue for the developer to make an fair algorithm. And after we finish the discussion, and after us, there is Tirana who we give to Tirana the channel. So goodbye everyone, and
Thank you so much
thank you.
for speaking.
Thank
Have
you.
a really nice evening.
Everyone.
Thank you.